One of the most interesting game genres that a lot of people forget exist is the rhythm game genre. Not only are they a relaxing way to play games, but there are actually a lot of them out there. Obviously, when you think of rhythm games, you'll probably think of Osu, Geometry Dash, Beat Saber, Guitar Hero, and hundreds of games like that. What do all those games have in common? You have to pay money to play any of them. Some are cheaper than others, but most of them force you to use at least some sort of purchase to be able to play them. The games we will be covering today are totally free and are very similar to the paid rhythm games that are out there. This is Chug from Cubicle Gaming, and today we will be showing you the 7 best rhythm games you can play entirely for free on Steam. Soundslide is a rhythm game that came out in 2019, and it didn't really take off. It has some really cool music and gameplay, and is basic but fun. If you look at other rhythm games, most of them are very simple. The game has you choose from a bunch of different levels that has you jumping from lane to lane, and there are 4 different locations that you can go to, and each one has a bunch of difficulties you could choose from. You can choose how fast the lanes come at you to increase the difficulty. It's actually pretty hard if you crank the difficulty all the way up. If you want to challenge yourself or just relax, go and try out this game for yourself. It does definitely feel like a mobile game, but what makes it better over those is the fact that there are no ads that play every 5 seconds. If you enjoy rhythm games, then this one is definitely up your alley. Extremis is one of those games that feel like a top-down shooter from Atari. Not only is it very unique, but the music is actually very well made as well. There used to be games like Nebula Fighter, or even smaller games on sites like Miniclip that are very similar to this. The game actually came out in 2016, which seems like a very long time ago from when we released this video. It's also very similar to the games like Platypus, and that is what makes this game a fun one to play. There are a total of 11 stages that you can play through that all have different themes to them, and it makes for a great and unique experience. There are a bunch of different weapons to choose from, and the music is also very well made. If you enjoy games that have a great art style and great music, then this one might be a great game for you to try out and play for yourself. Biorhythm is a very odd-looking game. What makes it stand out from the others is the fact that you are a piece of bacteria inside a human body. You need to swim through the veins and explore the body to uncover the mystery of how you got there. It doesn't really make much sense, but it makes for a very unique experience. It also is unique since the game is moved to the beat of the heart of the body you are in. Apparently, the game was entirely hand-painted, and the whole point of the game is to build a cluster of bacteria. There's not much else to this game, but it is by a very small developer. We like to show off some of these lesser known games since they can't really market these games to everyone who is a gamer. Plus, it is also hard to determine what every gamer likes to play. If you enjoy playing games with a very unique art style and gameplay, then this is a game you should look at playing. Pentagons Go Weee is a game that actually surprised us. If you ever played the game Super Hexagon, this developer essentially created a version of it that is completely free. It's actually a really cool concept that needs to have more games like it. If you don't know what this game is, you are the dot in the middle of the screen. It's your job to face the dot towards the openings of the shapes so you can escape each one. Each shape comes at you pretty fast, so it is pretty difficult the faster the mode is. There are 3 different difficulties that allow for a harder challenge each time, so if you do end up playing it, you'll probably want to start with the easier ones and work your way down. If you like Super Hexagon, then this game is totally worth looking into. Arclight Beat is a sort of a Geometry Dash ripoff. We wouldn't compare it to Geometry Dash since it is a different type of game, but that is the closest thing we can compare it to. It is a platforming game that has you moving around a cube with headphones on across different objects. As you move, the music plays in the background and syncs along with each movement. It's a very simple concept that actually works extremely well. There are actually over 20 different levels to choose from, and each level has its own track that goes along with it. What makes this game even cooler is that the developer created this game by themselves. Indie games are very good, so we want to bring these smaller games into the spotlight when we find a great one. Each movement changed the music in the background, so there is definitely a cool movement system that goes along with it. If you enjoy platforming games that go along with the music, similarly to Geometry Dash, then you will really enjoy this game. Sunset Drive 1986 is another solo developed game. It's created by a single person and is actually a very relaxing game. There's actually a lot to it. You can customize stuff like your car, garage, and even the places you go. There are different times of day you can go out driving, and there are also different cars that you can get and upgrade. The music is very 80s inspired, and it is totally worth downloading the game for. The game starts out very slow, but then works up to a very fast speed. You'll have to drive above the speed limit and stay above it as long as you can. If you go below the speed limit, you will lose and you'll have to try again. If you enjoy endless games that are relaxing yet challenging, then this game might be a great option for you to try out for yourself. Neon Beats is a game that is highly inspired by Geometry Dash. It seems that a lot of games in this genre are inspired by games like it that have been out for years. This game is no exception. There are a bunch of levels to choose from, and the art style is extremely simple. It's very similar to the Impossible game. As you progress each level, the music will change depending on how fast you go and what you do. There's also a scoring system that allows you to see all your stats. You can even see a leaderboard to look at the other players who have played the game before you. It is a shorter game, but it is extremely fun. You can also find hidden collectibles that will actually change the music around and give it a different style. It is an extremely unique game that is totally worth your time if you like platforming rhythm games. We hope you found a game that you liked from the list that we just gave you. Every single one of these games obviously has a team behind them, and they are very passionate about what they create. If you did try out any of these games, let us know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like so that it can be recommended to more people. Subscribing also helps us out a lot, so we'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one.